Hey, thanks for stopping by. We're going to do an episode of No Man's Sky in our new player walkthrough. We're getting to the point where we're getting far enough in the storyline that we can start doing some other things to make us some money. One of the things that where we ran into a problem is we depleted our nanites last episode. We did some good jumps last episode. We got everything ready for Apollo to come see us. Null has told us the Atlas is afraid and something's wrong and we need to interact with the Atlas. So we're going to do this episode. I think we're going to do some Atlas jumps. Because we've only gone to the Atlas twice. Once when we were forced and once because it was there. So we saved at the end of getting the information, the information that Null gave us that we got here. We need to locate the crashed freighter. Now the story that we got here was Polo worked here, is what we are our character assumed in the corresponding quest dialogue, that Polo worked here and he saw a signal, a distress signal, and he went to the distress signal of there was a Korvax there and he never returned. And apparently because there's a dude in there, a little gek, because Polo's a gek, so we know that Polo's been replaced because there's a little fella in there. And so now we need to go to the crashed freighter. And this is Null is leading us down this path. And it's been a while since I've done a new playthrough, so I kind of forget why I don't trust Null. And it's going to a world we've already been to. I say we should stop by that last planet that we haven't discovered, so that that is something that I like to do, to make sure if I discover a star system, to make sure I discover all the planets in that star system. Alright, it's going to be an S will stop. That's that. And then let's get the approximate location back in our visual. And on the ground, we need to look for a crashed freighter. It should be nearby. So let's see what we can see. I've got our location back in our visual. We're a lot closer to the ground than we seem like we were. I hate doing the run. I know I whine about that, and I'm sorry I'm whining, but I do. I hate that. Look how mountainous it is, too, on top of that. So we're going to have to run over mountains. At night, there's different animals than there are during the day. We've only found 4 of 11 creatures, so... Oh, this right here is new gameplay. So that Vigilance Stone... Do we want to distract off? No. Save it. Because what I'm going to do is each gameplay feature that there is, we're going to do and follow it through. And not that I want to script my playthroughs, but my goal is to teach you all of the different things that there are to do in No Man's Sky. Look at that, 1,800 feet. We are not doing that. I am sorry. We are not running 1,800 feet. But once you land at the approximate location, and it's like you have to do it that way. What we're going to do is we're going to scan. You know, we might even, let's see, do we have any maps? A crashed freighter will be so we get up high enough. It's a crashed freighter, for goodness sake. You can see it from a long way. I do not want to run 1,800 feet. But we're going to have to, because once you land on the approximate location, I've never seen an approximate location be 1,800 feet away. Maybe it's because it's mountainous. But it's hard to miss a crashed freighter because it is humongous. All right. Approximate location, land. Fill up our ship and we're gonna run. Sorry to whine. But I hate doing 1,500 feet. That's crazy. Straight that way. What are we on? We're on the mining beam. Make sure. See, it's daytime now, so there would be different birds. I don't know how we suddenly went to... Well, I know that we're low. That should be pure ferrite. I know that we were low on minerals. So our mining beam, did you see how it went up to 150? That is good. But we still need to get more power on our mining beam. And you can do 4 and 4. 4 that you buy, like, I think we have some on the Starship, where you can place it in, and then 4 that are like this. So you can have 4 of this type and 4 of the type that you place right in of each type. So you could have potentially 8 multi-tool advancements. And you constantly keep switching them out because each time you get them, they're random. So you keep switching them out to get better ones. The same thing with when sometimes a plane will land with trader and he wants to trade you stuff, and he has what's called contraband. Yeah. We've already scanned all of those, but there's one we haven't. Oh, look, that's a predator. He's a predator. Oh, shoot. Did not mean to do that. I didn't mean to shoot you, buddy. Oh, we forgot to take those. We don't have an empty slot. Let's do that one. So yeah, this is a predator. Oh. Oh gosh, we only have 1,800 nanites.
Radiation protection falling.
The thing about predators is it seems like they would be tougher. 1,500 nanites. I'm gonna do it because we had planned on doing nanites this episode anyways. Adopt as a companion. River Edda. Oh. Alright. Little... I cannot believe we have to go so far. Oh my goodness, how does it keep getting on that? I'm spazzing. Oh, I'm hitting G instead of F. That's why. Yeah, he's a little... Oh, just... And I understand why they did it, because it gets you on the ground. Because, you know, people find ways to stay in their ship all the time. And you need to be on the ground interacting with stuff. Uh-oh. I hit G again. Feeling sad. Oh, I didn't feed him. Yeah, we didn't pet you. So yeah, he's all cute stuff, but he's a predator. Alright. $952. So if you just harvest as you're running along, for the most part, uh-oh, incoming storm. This is a no, not a toxic. What do you call it? Gamma root type of world. Yeah, I literally can't. I want the pure ferrite. Can't believe that here comes the storm. So we have 3 radiation. So let's look under exosuit. 100%. So we filled them all up. What's in here? Ooh, 500 nanites. That'll replenish our nanites. There's also an abandoned building. So we can go to that abandoned building. Ooh. These came out in worlds. These storms. Look at that buggy bug. That'll heal you. This usually gives you something like Gek Relic or something. Yeah. And we don't have the Atlas thing yet. Oh, look at that. That fell out of the sky. Never seen that before. That was kind of cool. See how long our shield is lasting? Because it has to go through 3 shields. And there's an arrow beside our oxygen saying it's going down. You can barely see it. But we're at 11.1% radiation. Well, we're 500 units away. I've actually never seen it take that far to it looks like we've scanned everything.
Weather update. Storm clearing.
So on worlds like this, you know that this world has storm crystals. Oh, there it is. See, we're still a long way away. We're still 300 units away, but they're so big. Look at all this oxygen. They're so big that you can see them for a long way. And so we're still quite a way away, so we're gonna cheat rather than run almost 350 units yet. Still, we're gonna get in our plane, waste a now we want to advance our freighter, and one of the ways to get the components, salvage data for to upgrade your freighter is to come find these, and that is a form of gameplay, and you can locate these through these maps that I've been little bit buying. This will find exosuit pieces. This will find buildings that you can buy and sell, but it will also find it's either there's a telescopic one and a transmission one. They both, one falls under this and one falls under distress. The transmission one will find you ancient sites that are purple that teach you words and give you story. These will find things in distress: a crashed freighter, a crashed ship, a pilot who's crashed and needs help, abandoned buildings where you can get the nanites, which there was an abandoned building that we found that we're going to go get the and it won't show you that type of building again. So now we have a distress signal, so we could go find a ship. But here we're going to take Null's storyline, and we suspect, based on the storyline, that this is Nada and Polo. Okay, we have to find an encryption key. And so this is only on this quest that you have to find an encryption key. And it's sort of teaching you how to work with these. Okay, so I landed at the spot, and here's the ball. And I have got so many years that I know that if you go directly behind this and jump over this, that right there is a cargo pod, and that's what we want, cargo pods. And so we need to be on terrain manipulator, and we need to go, I know where they're all at, they're always in the same place. So should be up there we go. And so I don't want these, so I'm going to destroy them. If you want them, you can keep them. And that there's a 3 chain, so we got a key. Now, normally you just go get all 6 all at once, and you get rewards and freighter upgrade things, because this is a crash freighter, so there's the potential. But in this instance of this quest, get 1 at a time. So we put the key in, and it will give us a little bit of the crew manifest is missing, so we're going to put an encryption key. I do not know who will read this message. I do not know if anything will survive, but I must die as I lived. I will record it all, even in the face of oblivion. The swarm came to every world. And see, part of the storyline is something massive. There's 2 storylines going on in this game. One is that we're following with the Atlas Pass, and as we're learning the story of the Atlas Pass, and we're following Artemis's story. Artemis's story is not finished yet. That's why I chose to put him in the simulation rather than to just let him go, because his story is actually not finished yet, and it makes more sense to put him in the simulation in teaching you than letting him go. The swarm came to every world, and this happened, and Null was talking about it a little bit ago. And the storyline in this game is so deep, and it is just, I like lore, I like story. And so when you go to these places, abandoned buildings and monuments, and where a story is given to you, it tells what happened. And the first that we've heard of this, when Null said that destruction came to the worlds and made all the planets. So this is an awful planet. It's a nuclear planet, basically. And so all these planets, because the swarm came to every world, and the swarm is the Sentinels. They lost their mind. And if you read all these stories, you see where the Sentinels just went freaking crazy and just started destroying everything. And then the worlds ended up like this nuclear world. So the swarm came to every world, and the drones acted erratically, not attacking, just watching. Time passed, and the Sentinels did not seem so much a threat anymore. They were peaceful now, we thought. we had been forgiven, because they just lost their minds and started destroying everything and everyone. And then that is how these worlds ended up corrupted and wrong instead of beautiful. So we were wrong. So we need another key. So I know where all the keys are. So that first one was where I showed you, where you get over there. You get behind this module where the story is, right there. And then the next ones are here. So you go through this doorway and you go to the right, and if you hold down F, you'll see there's another cargo pod. And so we still should be on terrain manipulator. And so we are clearing part of the ship. And so we want to find the area where it's broken down. Doorway, like. There it is, see? Steel reinforced door. So we have to, not with the fishing pole, we have to shoot it and then go back to terrain manipulator, so you'll be ready for the next one. And then hit F and find the cargo pod. It's right there. Usually they're sticking up. For some reason that one's not. But usually they're sticking up a little bit. Where is it? There we go. And so, like I said, you can keep those slimes, all three of them will go from the lowest slime to the next slime to the purple slime, I think is the ultimate one. And you use it in your soup processor. Okay, from there, you go to this next ship, and there's another steel door. So we need to break through. You just gotta wait a second. Sometimes, see how it's sticking up? This one's right. But in terrain manipulator, and then we can get the piece. And I forgot to look at what we got last time. Oh shoot, we got 2 log encryption keys. I did not mean to do that. Maybe we'll be okay. I do it separately because I remember one time it messed up, and then I had to see if we can put some stuff on our ship. Let's put all of these on the ship. They stack in 10 in our bags, but on our ship the gravitino balls, if I'm not mistaken, will stack to 20. No, made a liar out of me. Let's drink the milk. And then let's put some of this food over there. We have all that food because there. We got some slots open. Now let's read the story. Hopefully I didn't mess it up because I got 2 keys. Oh, it's a sentinel. Ship logs requested. Accessing. Read log encryption key. They struck as one, an attack somehow coordinated across unfathomable distances. With the fury exceeding all prior skirmishes, the Sentinels annihilated all the biological life within the universe in a span of 54.2 standard minutes. Only I remained. The Korvax stood with me. In the end, to their credit, they concealed me with their flotilla as they headed towards the center of the galaxy. We're a long way from the center. They are coming now. The screams of my friends resonate in every hall, every corner. The Sentinels have found me. I told Nada to leave. I told them, yeah, see, it is Nada. I told them what we already know. All of us, we are not alone. Even if I die, Nada will find me again in another universe. 10, just like me, 1,000, a million. Wow. So, dimensions. You're in each dimension. We are not alone, for every soul is many. Even in the face of 16, we must declare that we lived, we existed, no matter the horror of the end. They are at my door. Error. Unexpected log termination. Alright, well, there should be 6 keys, so... There's 3 more keys. So we went through the door, and we got that one. And then... we got that one. Right? And say the next one, oopsie. So we got that one, and then we got this one. And then the next one is you run up here, and there's a door. Oh, it's done. So once you finish that, then there's radiation. So you got to get out. Okay, from here, there's another one over there. See it? So it looks like the Nato Polo thing is finished. Let's double check. Now, because we got a polyfiber in that one. So you get things. Usually, a lot of times, advanced things that you can't make yet, like a vector compressor. So there's one more. How do we get out of here? There it is. I couldn't find the door. I was panicking for a minute. So you go back to your, from there you go back to your ship, which is out here. And they're always in these 6 locations. So behind your ship is another part of the freighter. And right on this right side is another thing. See?
Radiation protection falling.
You just wait. We got salvage data. So now let's go back to the quest. Let's get in our ship first, because we are out of radiation protection. So you can use either uranium or ion batteries. And so we've used up all of our radiation protection. So we need to get some more uranium, and we need to get some ammonia. Where was the ship? We'll go in here and we'll check the quest. So activate the holoterminus to speak to Null. So let's go up. And our nanites were finished. I heard them stop. And these are, that sound is freighters coming into the system. And we could actually buy frigates off the freighters now. I heard them, but I don't see them. Look at all those places we need to go to. So that must be America. No? There they are. See, they all just came in, and if we went closer, because we have a freighter now, see those greens? So these are science vessels. See the round thing on it? So apparently these guys aren't happy because they want to leave. How is your fleet, friend? Are your crews happy? Do they bring you many units? You will find even more happy, more lucrative. My crew more happy and lucrative than any other. So we can inspect this frigate and see what he says is true. Okay, he is a science vessel. He's an exploration specialist. And look, he has plus 15 to exploration. So he must have more because he has a total of 20. And he's been on no expeditions. He's never been damaged. His name is Mining Overseer Gisson. His crew is ambitious. And the ship was recently refurbished. So that's good. So, as you send out ships on missions, they level from, he's a C class, and I like to do that. I like, because then you have more opportunities to interact with them, because they get damaged on expeditions and you have to go fix them. Sometimes if you're in the same area, they'll contact you and say, come fight with us, Captain. But we're going to buy him. So we have a industrial frigate, I believe. Now he'll go join our fleet. And these are all science vessels, so I don't want any more. One science vessel is enough for now. We needed silver, remember? So let's shoot some asteroids. We needed silver to plant, I think it was gamma root for the farmer. And that's the thing. Each one takes something. We have an incoming message. Oh, it's Artemis. I escaped, traveler. I escaped. One moment I was running from them, the stars shifting, terrible smiles within the dark. And the next I was here. Well, wherever here is. This new world has a sun, has life. It's beautiful. But I think anything would be beautiful after the months I spent in that awful place. I am ready to get going now, though. We'll do what we did before, except there will be no shifting stars to stop us this time. If you bring this star chart to a nearby station, I'm sure we'll find each other soon. Artemis is unaware of everything. They do not know that they died, that I made a choice to bind their soul within a simulated solar system. I've only ever done this one time, and I told Artemis the truth. This time, I'm going to continue the deception and see what happens, because choices you make changes the gameplay in some form, and I have always released him. I've never put him into the simulation except for that one time. So let's do it this way and let's see what happens. I tell Artemis I will help, though much has happened since we last spoke. I tell them I am performing an urgent mission for a newly discovered traveler by the name of Null. I will assist Artemis with their star chart when I can, but it may be some time. They should attempt to find another pathway off their world if they can. Artemis's response is muted, but they do not disagree. They wish me luck and terminate the communication. Okay. I hope I get another opportunity to tell him that it's a simulation. Alright, so... Uh-oh, we're being probed. I don't know if we have any... I don't think we have any contraband. No. Let's go get these nanites at this abandoned building. And then we're going to go get... Where'd that go? We were headed right for it. Oh, there it is. Then we'll go and we'll get... What is that? Okay, those freighters. What is that? It looks like a ship, but then it looks like something different. Oh, I forgot to tell you. A rock. Huh. It's just, I guess. Now, if we wanted to make money, just gonna run up and grab that. If we wanted to make money, we could go interact and get the ancient bones, but I want to leave that and run that separately because there's like 2 or 3 levels of gameplay in ancient bones. So these are nanites. When you have abandoned buildings, there's a story inside, and it has to do with the story that we just encountered with Null and Polo. Not Null and Polo. Nada and Polo. Nada apparently had a flotilla. Flotilla is pretty big. So you go here and you interact with this. And since we've already interacted with this, there's items left for us. Returning user identified. Terminal now active. Unlocking data log. Continuation for analysis. The oceans here are blood. Nothing lives in them. They are alive themselves. Great protein life forms as large as continents, or perhaps there is only one of them. This is new because with worlds underwater, there's massive animals that you can interact with, and it's like a kraken or something, and you can get a special helmet. The oceans here are, oh, what does such a thing consume, I ask myself. The answer seems to be everything. I found evidence of a past life here, but no signs of it, of a past life here. Does the native flora and fauna hibernate when it comes to eat them then? Return and repopulate once it retreats? I can feel it moving inside my brain, whispering. It wants me to discard my suit and swim. I discover something coded deep inside the long dead traveler's log. Something has been left that will aid me on my own journey, which will be nanites, which we need. Nice, 140. So then there's things in here to collect, which were new, so we don't have enough. Potential here is we can get a recipe, a blueprint. We get nanites for sure. We also got an ion battery. And this is a small one. If I remember right, it was small. Stuck on a chair. Yeah, see, it's small. But there's a word to learn. And I believe we're on a Gek world. And this is Polo's world. The Gek on the anomaly. Alright, let's switch this to mining beam. And we got 2 of them. What I do, if you keep moving, they can't hit you. And you can usually get 2 of them at one time. Sometimes they fall underground, like one of those fell underground. Yeah, see, we lost another one. Got it, though. We might be able to get all of these. Nope, they hit us. And they hit you fast. but they have a harder time hitting you when you're moving. We lost one, see? So that's why I always only do one. Then you have a bigger opportunity to not lose them. Because those are nanites, you know, and we need them because we keep expanding our ability to have. Yeah, see, we're getting down there. Yeah, we need to run inside and heal. We can eat some meat. We have an overabundance of meat. They really can't get you in here. Oh, there is a second side. I didn't think there was. So that'll give us Gek. Standing with the Gek. And there we go back up. No nanites. Bummer. But we've healed. So we can go back out and get the rest of them. But we need these nanites. Because we went through 3,000 nanites to get 2 pets. But I'll tell you what, that snaky ugly ball thing, it was ugly and creepy, but we have to see what he will do. And my goal is to show you all the different gameplays, and that's new gameplay that they just put in. So if you're not sure if there's any more, oh, they're gonna take us out. If you're not sure if there's any more, you can hit F and it'll be red if there's any more. It looks like we got them all. Let's go up top and look that way. And you can hit F, and if there's any more, that it'll be red. And look right there. I saw a buried technology. There it is. So we got them all because there's no red. If there was still some left, those purple things would be red. Now, as of one of the expeditions, these guys give you proto sausage now, rancid flesh, whereas they used to not give you anything. Just if you would obliterate them, they're still out there because I still hear them. I didn't see swarm subsiding. Let's go back to terrain manipulator. Let's get that buried technology. Let's restore. There we go, and we're done. Look at that. Did you see that weird black stuff floating? Oh, see, there's some other birds in the sky. Now, supposedly, if you wave at planes, they'll stop and trade with you. Alright, so we got everything here. So let's go to the exosuit to here. Let's fill up our carbon. And go to exosuit because we know that these balls are in our exosuit. And it seems like we got most of them. And this only takes a second. It goes really fast. So let's do it and take care of... We needed to replenish our nanites. So that's 1,000 so far. So we can gain some space. We saw these. Alrighty. Alright, now let's go get that ship. And then we'll go talk to Null. And we're in the same galaxy, and we're supposed to do something for... Not the same galaxy, the same star system. I do that every once in a while. I mean star system. Where did that go? They moved this to a different planet? No. There's a distress beacon. We need to... Oh, it is on a different planet. Hear that sound? That's somebody wanting to interact with us. Blah, 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 blah. Help, friend. Oh, I hope we have what he needs. He needs assistance. Oh, we had to... They widen with gravity, so we gave them a microcompressor that will fix their ship. They give me what they can spare, which should be nanites. No, I mean standing and nanites. I hope we get enough silver. The distress beacon looks like it's in the... Weird. I had never, ever seen a distress beacon in the space station. Ever. And I've been playing since 2018. So this is why I like to start over. Because they flesh out the gameplay and they add things. Oh, it's not in the space station. Is this a bug? Huh. It's a bug, maybe? Yeah, I think it's a bug. I don't know where it went now. I can't get to it. I don't see an arrow on it, see? Oh, there it is. That is weird. Alright, so we'll go to the hollow terminus. The distress beacon is broken. I knew I was going to record a video, so I got 2 separate cups of coffee. Oh, how many nanites did we get? Oh, we already did it. So we were down to 500 nanites between the runway mold and the eggs. We're up to 2,000. We're back on America. We're upside down. Let's right ourselves. We're looking for... Huh. We're looking for the hollow terminus. There it is. Beacon. Oh! Look at that. Look at that. Oh, we're 5 minutes into an hour, but we're gonna do it, guys. Oh, look at all this stuff. See, we're on America. And America is, we need to put out our Colossus. Look at this. So every time you find one of these crashed freighters, there's a story. And yeah, let's put the breathing thing. We still don't have enough silver. Can we still get to our starship? How much silver did we need? Here we go. We have an underwater life support. We need to get more ammonia. Alright. Oh, look at all these fish. So when you're underwater, you can hit your space bar and you'll go really fast. And you need to look for white plants, and they'll have oxygen. So here we have a crashed ship. So we interact with the ball. Unidentified wreck. Crew manifest missing. Limited data available. Read the log. Data stamp 2394.9. We approach the temporal anomaly. I have to admit I'm excited. I might be the first. Data stamp 24388. The system possesses impossible properties. Last night, sound briefly traveled faster than light. I asked them to forgive me, but they told me I was being a fool. They told me I was a good captain. We drank until late. One moment our instruments are decimated, the next they seem advanced far beyond their original capabilities. Something crazy happened to them. And the beauty of it is, I can't sleep. The stars, there are 16 of them now. I'm going to approach. That didn't work out well, did it? They crashed. Okay, so we go this way, and there should be a pod right there. It's a little bit different underwater than it is oh, I already had it on terrain manipulator. It's a little bit different underwater than it is on the other ones. But it's still, see, this one is rust. Let's take it. But I don't want the slime. And then you wait. And it gave us salt, and it gave us a salvage data.
Radiation leak detected.
But there's always a radiation leak after. Okay, so the ones underwater are different. So you need to find the cargo pods. They're similar, but they're different. All of the cargo pods are under 19 units. I'm gonna take the rust, but not the slime. And you don't do anything, you wait. Salvage data again. So another cargo pod's over here. Where'd that go? I didn't. I thought I highlighted it, but I guess I didn't. It's confuzzling me. Don't you wish you could just suck from that little oxygen bubbles? Let's go up and out and see if we can find some carbon here. Some oxygen, I mean. It's usually a white plant, and it has little... Oh, well, we can do it this way. There aren't any. It would tell you that there was an oxygen-rich plant, but that's easy to fix. We just do this. And it refills our fuel, and our oxygen level's going low. We don't have any silver, so let's go to this cargo pod because we can't find any oxygen here. So we will just go up top. And I'm going over and let's make the ball bigger. Oh, that's what we want. Salvage frigate module. And that's what you get from crash freighters. You could also get them by being naughty and being a pirate. And destroying freighters, but you run the faction with either get oversized canister leak, with the new gameplay, with being able to build a ship. I'm quite sure you'll get ship parts now too. Warp hypercore, that's fancy fuel. Uh-oh. Let's go up. There's our hole. Got lost down. Little claustrophobias goes in, so I can't remember. If you can't remember, when you're doing a freighter like this, it'll be in your quest log. So I don't see it, so it must mean that we got all 6. Let's see. Salvage container. I don't remember doing 6. Yeah, I didn't think I did 6. We should have a quest. Here's one right here. Or we already did that one. Oh, we already did. Ooh. Oh, there we go. They're usually sticking up. Oh, we need to go up. Get some air. Vector compressor. I don't think that's been 6 yet. What is that? Armored clam. Crystal sulfide. There we go. And it'll usually tell you when there's been 6.
Technology recharge. Technology recharge.
When you get the 6th one, it'll pop up in the upper left-hand corner that you've completed the quest.
Inventory full.
Oh, darn. Okay, so that's a good landing bay. Alright, it's not telling us the quest completed. But that was 6, I'm almost positive. So the most important thing that we got from this was oh look, pilots landed. Let's go underwater, we'll go faster. And we can buy from him. Oh, he's leaving. Darn. We could have got some contraband. Look at that hole. Oh, look. Predator. That's like the plant that, the animal that we... Oh no, he looks different. Oh, food. Yeah, see, murderer! This is on America. Aren't we on America? Oh, look at me. We just got nanites and we're... It just seems that these predators would be... You actually don't see... Bustle. You actually don't see predators that often. There's can't get that to work. There's a lot of times in the base, the missions in the space stations, sometimes one of the quests will be eliminate the predator. I actually haven't seen one yet. I wonder if later that distress signal... I'm looking for Null's quest. It's on this planet. It's on America. We're only 10 minutes past, and we're gonna keep running it. Oh, wow. Another crash freighter. What is this? Oh, that's the same one. That's how we got distracted a minute ago. For goodness sake. And you really need to pick the berries off because you get double the amount of oxygen if you do. Oh, another predator. Wow. They don't attack you. They just attack other animals. Wow, he's big. Hey. Come back the other way, buddy. It's not working. I'm sorry. Oh, the birds outside are going crazy. We might have been too far away. Oh, we made it. Oh, golly. Oh well. I thought they did really well on these ladders. I think they're neat. Except you end up getting on them a lot when you don't want to. Hollis Terminus activated. Multiple signal sources available. Oh, is Paulo here too? Speak to Null. What did you find out there? Tell me everything. Oh, maybe he doesn't know. Share discoveries. I tell Null that the freighter and its recordings, how it spoke of a world where the Sentinels eliminated all life, leaving only a traveler and a single Korvax entity. I chose my words with care. Yeah, because I don't trust this guy. You think I do not know who that Korvax entity is? Do not be so naive, traveler. Do you think anything you have read is a surprise to me? But I had to be sure of what I suspected. I know it now. The Atlas is with you. You could not see these things if it did not wish it. Well, yeah, in the very beginning, when we very first, woke up, it said Atlas connection commenced. It's one of the very first things that was said. But I had to be sure of what I suspected. The Atlas would not let you see these things if it did not wish it. The freighter was a wreck from a parallel universe. There are countless such spaces within our multiverse. That's a worm. Dimensions where things happen differently, but there are 3 exceptions to this. The Atlas is omnipresent in all. There it is. See the worm? I did not know that there was a worm on my planet. Because this is America. The Atlas is omnipresent in all, a singular being with a singular perception. The Sentinels move between the dimensions at will. Ask about the Sentinels, ask about the Atlas. Let's ask about the Sentinels. They served the Atlas once. They were guardians of reality, defenders of civilization. They hunted for errors within the universes, preventing destruction and loss of life. The annihilation recorded in that log, well, something must have been quite wrong for them to do a thing like that. Ask about the Atlas. The Atlas created all life, and the Sentinels defended it, searching for anomalies within that creation. Well, we keep getting called an anomaly. That they annihilated an entire universe. Well, something must have been quite wrong for them to do a thing like that. So it was just one universe. There's multiple universes. After a time, the Sentinels ended their service to the Atlas. Ask how they know. I have been alive for a very long time, traveler. I know as much as you would know had you seen the things that I have seen. It was the travelers who corrupted existence. Our arrival was meant to herald a glorious age, but we made a terrible mistake. So he's a traveler, like me. I committed an act beyond forgiveness. Oh. And from this deed, paradise was lost. Yeah, because it used to be all planets were paradise planets. But something is different in this cycle. In this cycle, well, we do keep thinking, it's like I've done this before. It's like I've been here before. It's like I've seen this before. That has been something that has happened with us ever since we woke up. The walls between universes, they're growing thin. Nada knows this, but they keep their head in the sand. We must learn what we can from each species before we decide what to do. Visit a Viking cartographer and speak with them. I will translate. So we have to go to a Viking world and talk to a Viking cartographer. Now let's see where we're at. Speak to a Viking. The Atlas path. Return to the Atlas interface. Let's do that one time before we log out. I know that we're over, but let's do that. And we need to start interacting with the Atlas. So call our ship. get our navigational data. So when you call your ship like that, I think it's free. We need to double check it. We just got a navigational data. Let's go in here and get money and nanites, because we just spent them again. Naughty us. There should be a burning thing. And you need to check these because there's a potential to get a blueprint that you don't. Plus you get a little dollop of nanites. We already went in this one. I don't think we'll get anything. Oh, we'll get Gek faction. Alright, so we've done everything. So let's go up into the space. I'm really enjoying the main storyline, and I just want to keep going. That's why I've made a couple videos this week. So you hit your atlas, your galaxy map, and that would be where we go for the Viking. But we need to find an atlas interface. Usually they're everywhere. So they're not showing up. So that's easily fixable. We'll go talk to Polo, and Polo will tell us where an atlas is, and then they'll show up on the map. I'm gonna go over today because I really want to continue the storyline with you, because I want to get to the point where we can learn about all the different gameplay features that a lot of people never utilize or don't even know about. There's the new one that was the last expedition where you can do the salvage data. It's Tuesday. Let's check and see if we can get an emergency broadcast beacon. You still roam the boundaries. We haven't been scanning enough. When are you gonna let us have it? Otherwise, we're gonna have to spend 5 million. And I really don't want to do that. The nice thing is that expedition completely updated our Colossus. Oh, I could have given him that. Let's do it if it's still there. So we got 200. Let's go back. And if that vortex cube is there, yeah. So we're going to give him a vortex cube. And he gave us 20 nanites. Let's see what else. There was something else there. Oh, another vortex cube. 9 nanites. Alright. We'll take them. Oh, 18. I think the first one was 20. I wonder how we got so many vortex cubes. Oh, we're out. Oh, look. Don't do it. We're on a mission. We were going to go talk to Polo. See how easy it is to get distracted? So you can go to Polo at any time if Atlas diamonds aren't showing up in the galaxy. Missing friend has to do their business. Help if you must, but always discover for yourself. Think about what you do. Do not just follow instructions with your eyes not open. Does he not want us to learn more? Ask about the Viking. Why not? Big grumpy fellows. They do not like friendly little Gek. Perhaps they are wise. Like all beings, you will see their value if you get to know them. The Viking really like the travelers. In fact, we'll learn about them. So we want atlas coordinates. I will do it, but please be careful. We would hate to see you leave us. And then we might as well ask about black holes, because I didn't see black holes in this area. Of course, friend. The whole galaxy for you. Just for you. You must see it all. And I don't think we need to talk to Nada, but let's do it since we're here. Viking entities have long history, conflict, honor, rage, pride, and yet so static, defined by themselves, never changing. Nada waits, if expecting me to ask something else. Ask about Null. Missing entity is not missing as they believe. Nada is not traveler entity. But Nada is not young and foolish. Missing entity has their beliefs, their projects, so be it. Missing entity is not as missing as they believe. Nada is not traveler entity. Is he saying he's not the person that we read about? But Nada is not young and foolish. Mrs. Entity has their beliefs, their projects, so be it. Ooh, we got nanites. And Quicksilver, even though it didn't tell us to come talk to him. So it's always good to come talk, because we're going to start adding in the Nexus quests. Because every day you can get Quicksilver. Once a day you can get 400 Quicksilver. The Walker Brain is your reward. And you can do the one where you get Quicksilver, and then you can just do the rest where you get stuff. Like this, you could get, this is 5 jumps, whereas each of the other fuel, warp fuel, is 1 jump. So we got our atlas coordinates, we got some Quicksilver, and now let's go out and find an atlas coordinate. And we're going to start doing at least 1 atlas interaction per game from now on. So now we should be able to see the atlas and a black hole. There's a black hole. I still don't see the atlas. There we go. That was a 3-star system, I think. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and roll this episode 2 hours today. So we had 30 minutes. So now there should be an atlas discovered by Cindy. So we just need to find that. Oh, look at that planet. Let's see, it should be a yellow planet. So let's call our freighter. And we're gonna go on our freighter. Well, first, before we go in, so there's freighters coming in. So let's go over to these freighters, because, ooh, I crashed into them. That other freighter that we interacted with, we're stuck. Uh-oh. So when that starts happening to you because you're stuck, if you fill up your shields, so there, you should be able to get unstuck. So keep filling up your shields so that your ship doesn't get destroyed. Because while you're stuck, and we are stuck, let's try going that way, going that way, try going that way. While you're stuck, your ship is getting destroyed. So keep repairing your shields until you figure out how to get out. Let's try back up. S is back up. That's there. I think we made it. Nope, we're still stuck. We need to figure out where we're stuck, but keep filling up your shields so that your ship doesn't get destroyed. Let's try this way. So we cheated. We jumped a star because we couldn't get unstuck, and what was going to happen is our ship was going to be destroyed. Now, if that happens and your ship gets destroyed because you got stuck in the space, entering the space station, or you got stuck, that's not what I wanted to call. I wanted to call our ship. Or you got stuck, look at that planet. That is pretty. It's a rotting planet. Sure doesn't look like it, does it? So what we were in the process of doing when we went to that other thing and got stuck in it was we got that salvage data for frigates. And this is something that I've been wanting to show you. And you need to get those distress maps, and you need to find these, because this is the way that... Did we open up the ability to have a squadron? Yes, so we can get one. See, we don't have the nanites. So this guy here, you can get missions and send your frigates out. We now have two, because remember, freighter warp map, managed fleet, and so we had one, which was trade, and that's what it looks like. And we need a fighter, because look, he's trade. He's all in trade. He's been on 2 expeditions. He's never been damaged. The crew is motivated, and used to be a smuggling vessel. And the one that we bought, which was exploration, is it's recently refurbished. So we need to get a fighter and a supply. So what we want to do is we want to come, that guy's right there. You want to go to upgrade control. This is, you upgrade and customize your freighter. We want to do base part and upgrades, and we don't want to do any of this. We want to go over, and we want to get the scanner room. So we have two. Oh, we have two. So we can get the scanner room, and there's a point to this. What else can we get? Technology room, a spacious chamber with a technical aesthetic for expanding habitable spaces inside large starships. I don't know what that is. So this is biological room, expansion, double cultivation chamber. Let's do that. And then there's the industrial room, extractor room, materializer, storage room. We already have those because we have storage. And we already put those in. So this is appearance modifier. We actually already have that. And a teleportation chamber. Let's do that. That way we can teleport to here. So now let's go add. So here's the captain, yellow. Here's white. That goes out to the same place the teleporter goes, which is out to the ship bay. And green is your working area. So we put that. And I always like to put the scanner room. We don't have. Can we get to our starship? We only have 161 silver. We should be able to access it. So you go to Z, and then we want to find the scanner room right here. And we have the ingredients. So we want to put it right there. So it's right off when we come up into our freighter. So what happens, if you remember, when we came in here, we discovered it. There's 6 planets. So if you go immediately to your freighter, and we can only see, we can go to yellow systems and red systems. But if you activate the probe, you have now discovered all of the planets, and you just upload it. And so now you have discovered the star system and all the planets. And so that was what I was wanting to show you. So you need to get those upgrade modules. So now we have discovered all the planets in this system. And sometimes other planes will land in on your freighter, and you can trade with them. Now also, whenever you get off your ship, when you've landed in your freighter, whatever the life form is on the bottom is what system you're in. So we are in a Korvax system. Now, when we go to a Viking system, all of these guys will be Vikings down here, not in our ship. Up in our freighter, they will be our workers. So we have 2 frigates attached to our freighter, and up walking around inside the freighter are those. Oh, we can just jump with our freighter. What does our freighter have? 111. We didn't go far, so we only went 1 star over, so we should be able to. So he is here. So here is upgrade. The next one over is warp map. You can warp with your freighter. So we want to go back to here, and it's 21 light years, so we can go 111. So you will warp with your freighter. So all the ships that you own will be on your freighter, and then you have frigates attached to your freighter. Okay, so this was discovered by Cindy, but so we want to go up the green side. The one thing I noticed about it was discovered by Cindy was she hadn't discovered the planets. Now we have discovered all the planets. So Cindy just did a flyby. But now we have discovered all the planets because we did that extra work. So, I wonder, let's see if we can clear some junk out of our bags, because we are full. I'm going to get rid of that because we'll get rid of the rancid flesh, the Gek relics. Now this is an economy triggered item, and this system wants this item, so we can actually make a profit, almost $1 million. This is a shipbuilding part, which we will do. Now storm crystals sell for quite a bit, so we're going to sell that for now because we don't have the ability. We're going to get rid of 2 salt and those creature pellets because our going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to get rid of the rusted metal. So there's another ship part that you now can get when you salvage freighters. So we're going to get rid of the leopard few. And that's it. Let's see what our ship. We'll get rid of the geodes. We need to finish that Ticket to Freedom. We'll get rid of the Mordite. Alrighty. Now we have some space to work with. We scanned 2 planets. Now we're back here. We're going to go and we're going to interact with the Atlas. What is that ship? There we go. We need to look what that other ship is. I think we found a... I like finding distress beacons. So now let's find the Atlas. And if you don't go to the space station, you can't travel. Where's the Atlas? Look at all of these freighters coming in. So you can tell what they are by looking at them. But I think this is a fighter. Ooh, it's a Viking. The Viking. See, this is where I was telling you the Viking, like the Traveler. Our high command require that we assist the interloper. We're the interloper, the anomaly. My vessel is yours should you wish it in your fleet. Well, we'll have to buy it, though. He's industrial, so we don't have an industrial, so we're going to buy him. So that means all of these will be industrial. So we're just not going to mess with it. Because we have an industrial vessel, we have a science vessel. But there's 3 different freighters in this system. So if we go over to this freighter, they might be different. And it looks like it's also industrial, so we're just not even going to bother. We're looking for the Atlas. Isn't this an Atlas system? Yes. So we should be able to find the Atlas. But I've yet to see the Atlas. Usually it's right in the front when you come in. There it is. So the Atlas and Null are now combined. And Apollo's just trying to make his way to our star system. And we're waiting for him. He should be contacting us. Now these you can learn words from the Atlas. Not all of them, but every once in a while. So first thing I do is run around, because this is the only way you can learn the Atlas's language. And not all of them teach you a word, but some of them do. So I always, especially because I do not speak any of the Atlas's language. Here's one right here. Maybe this one will teach us a word. Yeah, it did. The word for the. So maybe this one will teach us a word. Infinite. There's no rhyme or reason. It just is. They're just there. There's one. So you can usually learn like 2, maybe 3 words. So we've learned 2. So I think we might be finished. So now let's go interact with the atlas. We've interacted with it, what, once? Oh, aggressive. So when you first interact in your first ones, you can always get 2 work fuel right here. Now, we don't speak much of its language. The infinite, the bobbity bobbity bobbity, we don't speak that. Purple Zag, traveler, purple Zag. The Atlas called me to this interface, and yet its purpose remains unclear. It demands worship. It demands obedience. It welcomes me. It knows what I am. It offers the gift of true understanding. But why? Why does such power and knowledge crave submission? It knows my thoughts before I know them myself. It knows what I will do. The Atlas asks me to follow its path. Accept milestone pathfinder or above. I will accept this. The sky is deep and full of wonders, and the path to enlightenment opens to me. New product formula. This is different. But choices you make change how the story goes. I don't ever remember it. I've started over multiple times, and I don't ever remember it happening this way. Captured nanos, Atlas seed containing zonally shifted quasi-stellar substrate. Warning, do not allow Matrix to commune with this dimensional space. What did that say? Locate the next Atlas. I found an Atlas interforce of Buena Christmas Station. It spoke to me in a voice unlike any I've ever heard. It calls out for seeds, and I feel strangely compelled to obey. See, I remember refuse, refuse, refuse until it throws me out. Look at that. Oh, let me go that way. So, something I did changed the way that the story is, and so each little thing you do, it's not by much, but it does change how the story goes. So do we go to another Atlas, or do we, let's see what our quests say. We can talk to the Viking cartographer. So we have to do that. And expanding the base circuit board. We're supposed to take his head to a monolith, and we were supposed to find and interrogate the pirate, but we're no longer in our system. So we will find another Atlas. And it's showing us to go that way. And so we can jump through a black hole and maybe find another Atlas that way, because we can always get back to our system. So we're 711,459 light years from the center of the galaxy. And if you want to know where the center of the galaxy is, you can find it. It is like a bright light right there. That's the center of the galaxy. And we are 700,000 light years away. So that's a long way. So we are not seeing an Atlas. Let's back up. And there's one. Did you see it? Right there. Let's go there. And we can warp because we got 2 warps from the atlas. So someone discovered this. If you want to get out of that, just hit tab and it will take you out. Discovery, and they didn't discover all the planets. So we can call our freighter now and discover the planets. Okay, the atlas doesn't have an arrow on it. There it is. Usually when you go to an atlas, it's usually right in front of you. The same thing with the black hole. And whenever you go into a new system, the space station is usually right in front of you. And sometimes, like I was telling you last episode, you go into a system and there's no space station, or the space station is broken. Seems like we're down on the ground rather than up on the... I didn't feel like I fell. There we go. We learned a word for you. Sky. Endless. End. Wow. We learned 4 words. Journey accomplished. We've learned 80 words. Wow, we learned a lot of words. Reality. It's letting us have a lot of words this time. What was that? 4 words? 5 words? I think that's it. And we still can get to warp fuel. Eventually that won't be there. Alright, endless. Blah 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 blah, the blah blah, the ends. Obadiah and Urwire are so bloody and bogging. Another Atlas interface. How many of these constructs exist in the deep void? How long have they been slumbering, waiting for a traveler? Have they been expecting me? Am I somehow chosen? The Atlas crafted this existence. The Gek, the what? The Atlas crafted this existence. The Gek, the Viking, the Korvax, the stars that fill the skies, and the hatred that burns within the deep. So the Atlas made all of them? What about me? Us? The anomaly? Every world that turns and every form that lives, the Atlas offers it all. I'm going to keep consenting. I take the gift of knowledge, certain in my decision. All doubts are silenced. The stars await me. The Atlas shell holds the remains of a parasitic space-borne life form, most likely of an extra-dimensional origin. Why is it a blueprint? What? Alright. Captured nanoid will let me make an englobed shape. Okay. So each one lets me make the one... Ooh. Look at this distorted reality here. Alright. Now, we're going to... Oh, look at that star. We're going to go to the galaxy map. And we are... So, see, we've been there. How far away are we? There we go. We want to go back. So let's put the Null quest up. And then we'll go find the Viking. There's another atlas. There's the pirate quest, because we're not that far from our system. I hope you don't mind that I went 2 hours today, because I'm actually having stuff in the quest happen that's never happened before, because every little decision you make, we've worked 40 times and we got to do a battle. We should be able to take these guys out quick. They moved. He's out of range, but apparently not. Did we destroy him? Yeah, we did. We're close enough. We should have gotten... Whoops. We were close enough. We should have gotten whatever their ship had. I'm not sure what's going on with our ship, but our guns are awfully powerful all of a sudden. We must have put some kind of upgrade on. Seems like our basic guns should be it. It's a Viking. Oh, blah, 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 blah. We don't speak their language. So he'll give us...
Alert. Navigational data received.
Alright. Ooh. Did you see that? That's the kind of starship I like. But I like it when it has... That's a Sentinel starship. It's a little one. There's big ones and there's little ones. But I like the ones that have the balls instead of those squares. Yeah, this is a little teeny one. So we'll go on. And we've already accidentally accepted the freighter. When you take the compensation instead, you get a freighter inventory slot. So it behooves you to do the rescue. I mean, you can fly out and warp. We need to be in this system because we need to go to the space station and talk to a Viking. So see, it's a Viking here. So that now tells us we're in a Viking system. And we know that we want to request payment instead. That's what we wanted to do. And we got a bulkhead. We got nanites, which we need. But if you want to know what class the freighter is, you can hit F on it, and it'll tell you that this is a capital ship, and it's a B class. See that on the right-hand side? Tells the name of the commander, that he's a Viking, that he has 36 ships in his fleet, that his freighter is a B class, and it would be 101 million units if we wanted to buy it. And we only have 36, so we don't have enough. So eventually we'll have enough money that we can purchase the freighter that we want. You can do another battle for a dreadnought and see whatever the dudes are on the bottom of a freighter. It's what system you're in. And we know we're in a Viking system because we specifically and deliberately went to the Viking system because we're following quest. If we hit discoveries, we discovered this today. And so we call our freighter. And it's apparently upside down. Oh no, there it is. And this is something that I enjoy doing. I like seeing that I discovered it. And it's different for everybody else. I was watching a guy do a Let's Play yesterday, and he just kept harvesting and harvesting and harvesting. And I see people turn into just whiny babies because they have to harvest something with their multi-tool, which it's kind of funny. And then there's people that say, oh, I gotta harvest again, you know. And then other people that it just kills their soul. They don't like grindy games at all. So we discovered this today. Now we've also discovered all the planets, and we can upload it. And then cactus, solarium, cold. Oh, there's it's a bountiful planet. Look at that high sentinel activity. Ucky. Abandoned paradise. Wow. So there's nothing on that planet. Wow, look at that. So that's 3 paradise planets. Verdant is sort of paradise. It doesn't say paradise. It doesn't have mad sentinels, but it does have Vile Brood, which is a boss fight. So you can do boss fights on that planet. This is an abandoned paradise. It's a paradise planet, but there's no life forms on this planet. A paradise planet, or the paradise planet chain, always has copper and paraffinium. Always. So there's, this one has activated copper, which means that copper can only get activated through intense storms. So if there's activated copper, which you need to stop and get activated copper if you want to repair starships and sell them for money, and for the potential to get a upgrade slot for the inventory for a starship. Activated copper is always needed to repair ships. So is paraffinium and chlorine. So this one also has activated copper. Pyrite is gas. So this is a good system. There's a lot of things that are useful to us here. So we should build a base here. And we can also get up to 4 and it's nearby. Can also get up to 4 settlements. So it might be a nice settlement here. We'd have to see what kind of system it is. But the planets are nice, especially having an abandoned planet. An abandoned planet is new. So this is our freighter. And so we can go among these freighters and potentially find, and these are trade vessels. No, that's a science vessel. See that ring around the front? And we don't want a science vessel. We already have one. So we could go to all the different freighters, and there might be different ones. So we want to get a couple fighters. We already have a trade. We want to get a supply vessel because they keep your other ships supplied with fuel and food, and then when you are down on a planet and you hear that sound and then you see those ships slowly going across the planet, those are freighters sending out their frigates, and they're there to oh, is he on the bottom? They're there to explore and exploit for money. It always reminds me of with Neo, and that Johnson says humans are like a virus. So where is he at? Is he on the bottom? Oh yes, we wanted to talk to a cartographer. So we talked to the cartographer, and we are at our 2 hours. Probe Viking lore. We don't understand what he's saying. The warrior begins their bark. I feel the strange frequency. Null said he'd translate for us. My skull. I see a flash of Null's glowing orb behind my eyes. I don't like that, dude. Get out of my head. Suddenly, the Viking's word rang clear to my ears. In my ears. Gra, pathetic interloper. Prying into Viking secrets, cowardly spy. I should kill Gra. But traveler must be aided. Such is the command of Herc. Prove yourself, interloper. Retrieve the words of Herc. Ascend in Viking glory. Then you shall have my words. I will reveal only this. Location of Herc's command is marked for you. Commune with their words, Gra. So now we have to build faction with the Viking through learning about their lore. So let's get some missions. Scan flora. Oh, darn it. Hunt low level, kill 4 sentinels. I wish I wouldn't have taken that scan flora, because it's gonna mean, let's see. The client is a prominent crypto and topologist. The galaxy is full of poorly documented life forms, and insects are among the least understood of all. They are tired of tiny invertebrates. Must be ignored. The client does not expect untrained explorers to be able to locate the samples. However, scans of planetary flora are often accidentally contain rich insect information. As such, the client seeks planet scans to help build a database. So it's a specific planet, and so that's why I don't want to do it. I would rather just scan anywhere. But we are actually at our 2 hours. So the Viking has marked a place for us, which should be here. So he marked a place for us to go. So we're going to save our game, which is jump in and out of your ship. And we will continue that in the next episode. Thank you for allowing me to go 2 hours. I'm just enjoying learning about, because it, based on what you do, there's subtle differences. And so by starting over, you see the different places that the game will go. But thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you next episode, and we'll see you then.